Diablo 4 has arrived. As the forces of hell gather, only you can stand in their way. Journey across the expansive open world of Sanctuary. Choose from 5 powerful classes, then progress them to fit your playstyle. Adventure with your friends in up to 4-player co-op with cross-play and cross-progression on all platforms. Welcome to hell. Diablo 4, available now. Rated M for mature. Tap the banner or visit this episode's page to learn more.
Too late isn't in your vocabulary. Reach your next goal at University of Maryland Global Campus. Get the accredited education you want wherever you are, on your own schedule. UMGC offers online degrees and certificates to help you level up your skills. Apply now and save with no application fee through May 31st. For more than 75 years, UMGC has been transforming adult lives. Access online courses, faster onboarding, and success coaches that help you along the way. Plus, UMGC makes an accredited online education more affordable than ever, with scholarships, interest-free payment plan, and no-cost digital resources in place of most textbooks. Choose from more than 125 degree and certificate programs in career-relevant fields and receive lifetime career services at no additional cost. Gain skills local employers are looking for in business, cyber, IT, healthcare, and more. Get started on your undergraduate or graduate degree or certificate online. No application fee if you apply by May 31st. Learn more at umgc.edu/podcast. Certified to operate by Chev.
This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 2799, Peak Experience and the True You, by Richard Paterson of thinklessandgrowrich.com. And I'm your narrator, Justin Malik. Hope you're having a great Friday. I'm trying to rest personally, so I'm featuring an article I've previously narrated, maybe in the last year or so. Hopefully some new ones will be coming soon, so thank you for bearing with me in the meantime. And I'm going to keep resting, so for now, let's get right to our next flashback episode as we optimize your life. Peak Experience and the True You, by Richard Paterson of thinklessandgrowrich.com. Quote, "The peak experience, the mystical experience, the oceanic feeling of great ecstasy, wonder, and awe, the absence of time and space, the conviction that something extremely significant and meaningful is happening." Abraham Maslow. The expression peak experience was first used by the psychologist Abraham Maslow in 1964 in his book, Religions, Values, and Peak Experiences. Throughout the ages, mystics and saints have described feelings of great peace, joy, ecstasy, wonder, and gratitude, experiences beyond time and space, of being one with everything. We often view these attainments as verging on superhuman, reached only after years of intense spiritual practice and dedication. After interviewing hundreds of people, however, Maslow discovered that far from being confined to yogis and deep meditation in Himalayan caves, peak experiences can be had by ordinary people from all walks of life, even people with no spiritual background. He found, for example, that couples in love, women going through childbirth, long-distance runners, sportsmen and women, mountaineers, and people witnessing scenes of great beauty often use the same vocabulary and expressions that mystics do when relating their experiences: time-stopping, connection, peace, joy, awe, and wonder. He mentions the experience of a 17-year-old teenager during a football game who, as he ran the length of the field with the ball, described how the world disappeared, all sense of time vanished, and how he was overcome with a tremendous sense of space, presence, and aliveness. So, how to explain peak experiences? How is it that anyone can have these experiences at any time? In short, it's because, and your mind may well totally disagree, peace, love, joy, aliveness, connection, and bliss are all attributes of your true nature. They already exist at the core of your being, whether you are aware of them or not. Quote, "Your natural state is one of ecstasy, but you miss it because you're busy focusing on what the mind has to say about everything." Michael Singer. Peak experiences happen when, for some reason, there's a temporary pause in the incessant stream of mind chatter that normally prevents us from experiencing the joy and bliss of our true nature. A peak experience is a peek behind the curtain of the busy, conditioned mind. In my book, Awaken The Happy You, I use the analogy of a lighthouse surrounded by fog to illustrate the relationship between the mind and the light of our true nature. In infants, before identification with the mind takes place, the light of the inner being shines brightly. The qualities of joy, aliveness, wonder, connection, etc., are clear to see in young children. You could say that with no mind stories or fog to dim the light of their being, their lives are a continuous peak experience. In adults, it's a very different story. The thick fog of the mind blocks out the light of the lighthouse, but beneath the fog, the light continues to shine as bright as ever, nevertheless. A peak experience happens when the mind is temporarily stunned into silence. During childbirth, upon witnessing a spectacular sunset, or when a mountain climber is perched precariously on the sheer face of a cliff. When we're completely present in the moment, the mind stops, and what remains is the presence, peace, and deep connection of our true nature. We don't have to go looking for it or create it. It's always there, and when there's a break in the clouds of the mind, the light of our being naturally and effortlessly shines through. How to make peak experiences last? A major difference between the experience of ordinary people who spontaneously have a peak experience and that of an infant or a saint is that it tends to be temporary and unexpected. The saint or mystic is not identified with the passing clouds of the mind, and as a result, is always conscious of the inner reality. Established in their true self, their whole life is an ongoing peak experience. As soon as the long-distance race has finished, the baby has been delivered, or the gorgeous sunset has faded, the busy mind tends to creep back in again through habit, and the intense feelings of bliss, aliveness, and connection leave with it. For some, there may be a residue, an aftertaste that remains. An intense peak experience can leave you with a knowingness that a reality far greater than what you normally experience exists, and a desire to get back there. In truth, a peak experience is the experience of home that we're all looking for, consciously or not, a coming home to ourselves. A lot of my coaching clients come to me thinking they want to switch off their busy minds and quickly realize that what they are really looking for is to come home to themselves. Until we consciously connect with the peace and stillness of our true nature and learn to live our lives from that place rather than from the tumultuous surface level of the mind, there will always be a sense of something missing. There will always be a feeling of inner restlessness and a desire to come home. Coming home to yourself. Quote, "Life is meant to be lived in eternal joy, infinite freedom, unconditional love, and unbounded awareness. Any other life is utterly missing the point of being born as a human." Mahasadashiva Sham. Unless you are fortunate enough to have a spontaneous spiritual awakening, which does happen to some people, meditation is the path to developing a deep relationship with your true nature. There are two parts of your being, the restless and ever-changing thoughts, feelings, and emotions, which most of us call me, and the still, silent, unchanging ground of who you are, the true self. Regular meditation with a qualified teacher can help you shift your identification away from the thinking mind and onto that part of your experience, which is constant, timeless, and unchanging. This is where true peace is found, and where life becomes a seamless peak experience. You just listened to the post titled Peak Experience and the True You by Richard Paterson of thinklessandgrowrich.com. For those who love online shopping, it's time to get cash back for your efforts. And now you can with our sponsor, Rakuten. Rakuten is an online shopping platform that gives you cash back for shopping thousands of brand names, from apparel to shoes to home essentials and beyond. You're already shopping, so why not save while doing it? Membership is free, and once you sign up, all you need to do is shop, and Rakuten deposits your cash back directly into your PayPal account, or they can send you a check. Sometimes I don't know where to start when I'm shopping, but Rakuten has even helped me find the best deals, sales, and coupons. They do the work of searching for coupon codes, so you save time and money. They've helped me find great deals on names like Nike, Urban Outfitters, Zappos, and more. So start all your shopping trips at Rakuten.com or get the Rakuten app to start saving today. That's Rakuten.com or get the Rakuten app to start saving today.
Through hardship, you persevere. Through toil and sweat, you succeed. You dedicate years to fulfilling the calling on your life. Why do you go to such lengths? Because you were born with a purpose. You are a Christian leader with the desire to change this world. As a student and graduate of Regent University, you will gain the education that will prepare you to lead in such a time as this. Say yes to your purpose. Visit regent.edu/learn more.
Thank you to Richard. Really good quote in there. A peak experience is a peek behind the curtain of the busy, conditioned mind. We've probably all experienced this at some point or another, and reminds me of something we've definitely talked about on this show before, the flow state. To me, it sounds very similar. In a state of flow, it's where we're working on something or doing an activity or even just looking at something, and we're completely absorbed in that activity. The example I often give, because I've heard others mention it, is surfing. I don't surf, but I would imagine as you're using your sight and hearing and touch, probably even a little smell and taste, you're likely not thinking about what you're going to have for dinner when catching a wave. So we really can have these moments often, but interestingly, the mind is complex and efficient that the more we do an activity, the more we're able to be less engaged with that activity and start to multitask, thinking about other things and losing that state of flow. So new experiences are a great way to experience it again, but meditation can help as well, even if it's not formal meditation, but a sort of meditation practice. It's really up to you, but in either case, the more we can realize that deep within ourselves there really is peace, well, the better. Wishing you a happy and peaceful day. Have a great Friday and start to your weekend if you're listening in real time. And I'll see you tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.